Hi, my name is Jeffrey Ross. I'm the rector here at St. Peter's Church in Lewes, Delaware. You may know that we've been in the middle of construction while the pandemic has been going on. Phase one of our open door project to renovate the church has been going full blast during this pandemic. It began back in February, and right now we're very close to completion. I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough so that you can see some of the things that have happened. Right now I'm standing in the new entryway that will be close to the gate on the corner of Market and 3rd Street. This new entrance will enable people to park on this side of the church and be able to quickly get access to the building during inclement weather and also during the craziness of the summer when parking can be rather challenging. We're hoping this will make 2nd Street make 3rd Street and Market Street more appealing as a parking location. I'm going to turn the camera around now and I'll walk you through what's here. This is our new entryway. The door here is in place and it has a board up for it protecting it. But you can see this from the outside. You can also see that much of the new roof has been installed. Unfortunately, the roof that we installed back in 2006 had a design flaw in it, but fortunately had a warranty, and that's been able to cover about half of the cost of replacing it. Here on my right, you will see the janitor's closet, and for the first time we're excited that we will actually have a place where the janitor will be able to fill his mop to be able to clean up the church and maintain it instead of having to bring it over from the parish hall. I showed this to Bob, our sexton, on Friday, and he was very excited to see it. Also, we have moved down here the coat rack that used to be in the back of the church. A built-in coat rack has been put in place up there, and I'll show that to you when we go upstairs. In the meantime, we'll have a coat rack here where choir members and others can leave their jackets as they continue up into the church. Here is the entryway into the crypt area, and as you can see, the window frames here are ready to receive the stained glass windows that are being relocated from upstairs. They will be in this window and in this window. In addition, an icon will be installed on this opening, and on the other side will be a floor-to-ceiling mirror for brides as they use our new parlor. Also, this crypt area will be where the altar that used to be in the healing chapel, the Victorian altar that was used in the late 1900s, will be located here as well, and it'll make a nice small prayer space. Up here you can see that the wood has been left exposed, and we've relocated the center beam that was upstairs between the chancel and the narthex. This oak beam stood there for many years. Unfortunately, the brick on both sides failed. But we've been able to install a new steel support that will ensure that the roof will be strong for many, many, many years to come. In addition, behind me, as we turn to see the new entryway, you can also see the new entry into the Undercroft. This space here was all dirt floor. For the first time, we have a cement floor in here. It makes a lovely kind of T-shaped space room, which in the short term will be used by our music ministry, but long term we're hopeful that we'll be able to create this as another meeting space. On either side here on my left and on my right are mechanical rooms for the HVAC system, and also in the floor you can see that there is a brick square outline left in the floor. This was the coal pit that used to be used to heat the church when it was first built many years ago. As I move further into the room, again, you can see that it's T-shaped with an entry door into this side's mechanical room. We can look further back into the crypt space. And then over here on my left is another part of the T with an entry room into that HVAC handling space. This room will have its own custom HVAC system to maintain a temperature because it's closer to the ground. We didn't want it to have the same temperature as upstairs because it might make it too hot in the winter and too cold in the summer. In addition, the rafters have been left exposed with sound tiling placed in between them. So again, you can still see the historic architecture that makes this space so lovely and supports our church. This little closet here will also be temporary storage for the art show, and the stanchions that are used along 2nd Street will be located here until we complete phase 2. As we move back out of the Undercroft and into the crypt, we'll come along into a hallway space. Again, from the new entrance here on my left, you'll be able to walk directly down this hallway space. And there will be 2 little niches here in the hallway. This further niche will be the home of the steeple cross that was twice hit by lightning and had to be removed. Fortunately, Dean Belt restored it, and it will be able to be here as part of our history. In this niche here, we're hoping to do some representation to acknowledge the history of St. Peter's, and in particular, the witness of Oxford and Jenny, who were slaves owned by the 2nd rector of St. Peter's. More on that in a future video as plans continue to unfold. Again, the hall will come down here, and as we approach the stairs directly in front of me, you will see the doorway that used to be upstairs into the healing chapel has been moved down here to our new parlor space. This we hope during phase 2 to make into a space for grieving families and for brides as they're preparing to get married. This space right now is being used as a construction office. The paneling that was in here that was very reminiscent of the Brady Bunch has been removed and replaced with drywall, and there will also be wainscoting on the lower level to make this room have a little more character and to be in keeping with the historic nature of this space. There will also be a large television up here as part of the upgrades for our AV system, so that families will be able to see what's going on upstairs in the chancel and in the nave before and after a service. Again, this is that opening from the crypt. You'll see that it's been closed off on the bottom. Again, a floor-to-ceiling mirror will be going in there for brides as they get dressed. And on the other side, there will be an icon of Christian service that's being given in memory of Chris Allen and Ruth Braz by Stu Braz and his daughter Linda. Unfortunately, Chris and Ruth both died earlier this year. There's another stained glass door here that has been relocated from upstairs. This used to lead to the chancel. It will now lead to a bathroom that will be down here. Again, this is completely sound protected so that it will ensure quiet. And as I turn here again, you can see a picture of the parlor space as it will be soon, hopefully. Again, we move out here into the hallway and we'll go upstairs into the new chancel space. This stairway will remove the carpet and the hardwood will be restored and resurfaced. We think this will make it easier for folks to navigate and make the stairway a little less treacherous. All the doors here will be replaced by order of the fire marshal to be fire code compliant. Here's the stained glass window space that was removed to move it into the chancel, and I'll show you where that will be soon. As we move into the new chancel space, here on my left is the future studio for webcasting and all of our AV controls. This is a room that we'll be tackling actually this week as the equipment has come in and refurbishing it and getting it ready. Then as we move into the chancel space, you can see here how the 2 walls that used to be in the healing chapel have been removed, and we are in the process of drywalling this space. The holdup for our construction has been that some of our electrical fixtures for the lighting of the chancel up here have not yet come in, and what that means is we can't drywall the walls until the electrical inspector signs off, and he won't sign off until the installation of the fixtures is complete. So we're kind of in a holding pattern. We're hoping that they will come this week. However, you can see how the arches are taking shape, and you can see the acoustic design of the roof that will enable us to push the sound of the chancel out into the nave of the church. The temporary wall has come down. The plastic is still up in order to control the dust somewhat. As I move here through this former healing chapel space, this of course is where the organ will be. Then we come into the center of the chancel, or what was the existing chancel. In the middle will be the altar, and then behind the altar we'll have the seating for the altar party. Again, the stained glass window that was here will now be able to be seen from the nave of the church. It was out being repaired, and it should be returning back this week. On the other side, in the new addition where the choir will be seating, we've created a new opening, and the stained glass window that was removed from the stairway will be located here. Also, there will be a new stained glass window that has been created to honor the memory of Richard Freeman, who was a beloved member of our choir. It's being given by his family and his friends, and that window is very nearing completion and should be back here soon. Again, this side of the chancel will be available for seating for the choir. As I move back into the center of the church and come down here into the center front, I'll turn the camera around and you can see that the pulpit has been returned to the side of the church where it used to be. The interim priest who was here before I came moved it to the other side, and now we've returned it back to its original location. The former communion rail has been incorporated into a new rail system. You will no longer have to step up to receive communion. You'll be able to just walk forward and kneel here directly at the rail. And the rail is, as you can see, quite solid. So it'll be able to support you as you push yourself up. My thanks to Linda Fisher, who is working to get our kneeling cushions replaced so that they can be returned here and they will fit into this new space. Over here you can see a little bit of a bump out, and this is where the new eagle lectern will be located. And then on either sides, both on this side and on the other side of the pulpit, there would be steps up into the chancel. They're necessary for on the left side here in order that the choir can come and go from that side. And then over here on the right, the fire marshal wants these as an emergency exit from the church out through this space. And again, the organ will be in this towards the stained glass window side of this room, so that it can be close and directly view the choir. Once the construction up here is finished and the drywall is in place, then all of the wood can be polished and stained, and it will be stained to match the existing floor that's in the nave of the church. And then once that is completed, our organ will be able to move up into that space where its new home will be. This will enable us to move 2 more pews up forward here, and then we will also then be putting 2 new notched pews here in the center of the church where the baptismal font will be, so that people can walk around the font, but also to provide parking for wheelchairs for folks who need that, so that they're no longer stuck in the back of the church or up front. Here again in the back of the church, you can see the new alcove that's been created for the coat rack, and you can see that the wainscoting that goes around the church continues into this side of the wall. There's little notches left out in front of both stained glass windows in order that you can view the stained glass window completely. The banister you see up here on the right-hand side is going to be taken out. It's been decided that it's a little too obtrusive, and we've got another option that'll be going in there probably this week. As we move into the narthex of the church, you can see again the how the wainscoting wood backing has been continued into that coat rack and also into the new bathroom space. This is the quote-unquote regular bathroom that will be here on the right as you come into the church. And you can see that it is all ready for its fixtures. The floor itself has gotten a maritime seal to it. And again, the bottom of the stained glass windows were removed and they will be installed downstairs. But we've made an inferior version of them to continue to allow light into the bathroom space. So this will be here permanently. Again, the door will be soundproof with a double glazing on these doors so that there's no chance of sound escaping. And these doors will be painted. These were the original doors that we had fortunately saved and stored downstairs in the Undercroft. Then here on the other side, in the disabled bathroom, you can see again, this room is now ready to receive its fixtures, which should be arriving this week, hopefully. And you can see another copy of the baptism of the Ethiopian eunuch, which is going to be now located downstairs in the narthex. The inferior copy is here as well to allow light into this space. If you stand outside of the church in front of the narthex doors, you won't be able to tell that these two bottoms have been removed, but this will give them a place where they can be more fully viewed and appreciated. Looking again now forward, the two doors from the narthex into the church will be put onto butler's hinges so that they can go either way, so people will be able to push through them. They will be kept closed during the service to prevent any noise, again, escaping from the bathrooms. Again, the plastic that you see hanging down is right now just to control the dust as they continue to sand the drywall. But you can see much of the drywall is in place and will be ready for painting as soon as we can get to that stage. I hope you can appreciate how much space we're now going to have up here in the narthex, or not in the narthex, in the chancel of the church, I'm sorry. And this new chancel will not only enable us to have more space for our worship, but also be a wonderful gift for our concert series and music ministry throughout the year. All of this will be movable so that we can reconfigure it for whatever kind of event we have going on. This is going to be very exciting to be able to have the pulpit too out of the corner and to have the new eagle brass lectern up here in its position of honor. Again, it is exciting. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this tour of the construction. This will be the last one I plan to do until we've completed the work. Already, we've contacted a good portion of our congregation for the Open Door campaign. If you haven't received your visit yet and would like a visit, please do give the office a call. If you don't, we'll find you and get up to you as soon as we can. Right now, we're excited to be completing this portion of the campaign as we're coming close on realizing a challenge grant we got from the diocese. They were matching right now gifts to the campaign dollar to dollar up to $100,000. So if you haven't made your gift and you can help us, please do give us a call so that we can come out and see you. I hope we can also do it by Zoom if you would prefer not to have an in-person meeting. I hope you will continue to pray for the church during this time as we continue to prepare for return to worship. I don't know when that'll be, but I can tell you that the vestry and I are working on it, and the wardens and I are having a meeting this week to talk about some of the things that we need to prepare according to the diocese in order to welcome people back. I would not expect that to happen, however, before Labor Day. As always, if you need us, we're here at the office. You can just give us a call and reach us here, or you can call me on my cell. Know that you are daily in our prayers, and I hope you will keep us daily in yours. May God bless you and keep you safe, and we look forward to seeing you soon. God bless.